Here in America, work is in trouble. We've offshored our manufacturing, sent away good jobs, and lost so much ability to make things. American Giant is a company that's pushing back against this tide. They make high-quality clothing, sweatshirts, jeans, dresses, jackets, and so much more right here in the USA. Visit American-Giant.com and get 20% off your first order when you use code STAPLE20 at checkout. That's 20% off your first order at American-Giant.com. Promo code STAPLE20.
We're here.
We are here. We are here. My commercial got cut off again, but that's okay.
Well, we didn't have it.
Oh, okay.
So you can do it now if you want.
Let's talk about Jana's.
Let's talk about
because that's where we are, is Jana's Marketplace.
And these two ladies work at Jana's.
Yes, our upcoming guests work here, but please, folks, come on down. Give Jana's a shot if you haven't been here at all, or if you haven't been here lately. Delicious hot meals that you can sit down and eat here. Or you can get prepackaged meals to go, and they're made right here in Jana's kitchen, so it's all fresh and delicious. And something caught my eye, and I don't think they always have this, but they have little loaves of banana bread in there. I love banana bread.
So do I. I make it, but I can't anymore now that I'm diabetic because banana bread is full of sugar.
Yeah, and I don't remember seeing those very often here, so I'm going to definitely have to grab a loaf when we leave.
You think I should make a loaf without sugar?
I bet there's a way to do it where you could make it, have it be diabetic friendly. But anyway, folks, yeah, right here, beautiful downtown Faribault. We're on the patio. You've got some people out here eating breakfast, and it's a beautiful day. So come on down to Jana's Marketplace at the intersection of Central Avenue and 2nd Street Northwest.
There's something about eating outdoors that it just calms you.
Yeah. It's kind of like old-style picnic, you know. I know my family used to go on picnics to a park, or even if we ate at the picnic table outside. I think you're right. There's just something calming.
We used to do that all the time when I was a kid.
Yeah, yep. But, all right, so you had a big week.
They had a big week.
Well, yeah, they had a big week.
I just happened to be there covering it for those who couldn't be there.
Yeah, which was late at night. So thank you, because I listened to it on the mighty 920 KDHL app.
Did you fall asleep?
I did, Gordy. But I woke up. But yeah, I did. Hey, it was nap time for me. It was late.
Yeah, well, they were extra inning affairs, too.
Yes, it was.
They went long.
You go ahead and give a little roundup, and then we'll get into our guests.
Well, they finished third.
Outstanding.
Place. 1 run, well, actually 2 runs technically, I guess, from being in the final. They lost 1-0 in the semis to Badger Greenbush Middle River, who lost to United South Central yesterday. I can't remember, was it 2-0, the championship? USC, the same conference these ladies were in, win the Class A championship. They're third place. And Randolph, out of the same conference, finished in third place in Class 2A.
And you mentioned that they were in the semifinals.
Yep.
Lost 1-0.
1-0, 9-inning game.
9 innings. And, folks, it's usually a 7-inning game, so correct, extra innings.
Yep.
It was a nail-biter. Well, I mean,
third place
2 outstanding
game was 9
pitchers.
Too.
Yeah. Outstanding pitching, and just couldn't get them to fall our way.
Yep, senior Morgan Wilson pitched her tail off, and these young ladies set the table on offense. Should we get to it?
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Anna Tobin and Anna Cohen, and they're next to each other in the infield, too. Are you guys best buds?
Oh, yeah.
Because you played basketball together?
Volleyball.
Then you played volleyball together?
Yep.
Are you going to go to the same college?
Nope.
It'll be our goodbye.
Are you going to be able to handle that, you think?
Oh, we'll see.
What school are you going to, Anna Tobin?
I'm going to St. Kate's in St. Paul.
Okay. And what are you going to do?
I'm going to major in public health on the occupational therapy track, and I'm going to minor in coaching.
Wow,
Nice.
You've got that all laid out.
Yep.
That's cool.
That's the plan, yep.
So is the plan someday to be a high school coach?
That's the goal, yep. I'm coaching right now. I coach for the Fury Fast Pitch Association. I coach some volleyball too, so see where that takes me.
Well, you'll be a good one, I'm pretty sure.
Thank you.
How about you, Anna Cohen?
I'm going to South Dakota State University.
Yay, Jackrabbits.
And that's in Brookings, and I'll be majoring in nursing.
Very cool.
Good nursing school.
Yeah, they have a lot of good nursing schools around. Why did you choose that one?
My sister goes there, so that was a big factor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you played second base, I think, your whole career, didn't you?
Yes.
Whereas Anna Tobin played third base and then got moved over to shortstop.
Yep.
Did I get that right, Anna?
Yep.
Which is your favorite?
Third base.
You preferred that over shortstop?
Yeah, I fell in love. I'd never played third base before my 8th grade season, and then I fell in love with it. I mean, I'll do whatever the team needs, but third base was definitely my favorite.
Right. Well, and third base takes a unique talent, right? Especially in fast pitch with all the bunting.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing that's why you enjoyed third base. How about second base? You didn't have any other options, did you?
No, I was just always where they needed me, and so I just stuck it through it from 8th grade to senior year. I think it was just always known that was my spot.
Sure. Well, it was your spot.
Grr, huh?
Yeah.
Go take my spot.
Yeah.
No, it was your spot because you were good at it.
Yeah.
You know, knocked down a couple of balls in the, in that last game, you only won 2-0. So any defensive play was huge in that game.
Yeah.
And how about the way Morgan pitched in the tournament?
Yeah, I mean, she's crazy. She's been pitching like that all season, and I'm glad she could. That's a lot of innings in 3 days, so she's crazy.
Well, and then somebody said to me up at State, and I just shook my head. They said, well, in fast pitch softball, they throw underhand, and it doesn't put any wear and tear on your arm. They can throw all day. I said, are you serious? You know how much energy it takes to throw every single pitch in a game? The first day, she threw 215 pitches.
Yeah.
That's a lot of pitches.
Yeah.
Pitches, yeah.
And it's uncommon in softball to switch pitchers unless you need to. So
Right.
whereas baseball, you're constantly switching.
And it's just a lot of energy that you expend in the pitching circle. And then, of course, she's one of your better hitters.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
So you can't take her out on the hitting side of things.
No.
You could maybe courtesy run for her once in a while, but she's such a good athlete. I'm sure Scott was hesitant to do that.
Yeah, she's so smart on the base pass. So
Yeah. Well, I know that you guys made the proper adjustments in that last game. I could tell that you were both frustrated. You were popping balls up, and you made the adjustments and got some hits in that final game. What exactly did you do so that you wouldn't pop it up anymore?
Yeah, I think it was more of the timing thing. Making sure that you're making contact with the ball up the middle, thinking up the middle and not up in the air.
Yeah, I also think playing more small ball than trying to get that big hit. Like, I know we started bunting, and that really got runners on.
That's right. Absolutely. So what is it about? Do you have a favorite sport, Anna Cohen?
I would say it would be basketball, yeah.
It is your favorite?
Yeah.
Well, she's a pretty good basketball player, too.
Yeah.
So's Anna Tobin, for that matter. You're both guards
Yeah.
on the BA team. And you guys really came on toward the end of the season.
Yeah.
I really was confident going into the playoffs that you might make some noise.
Yeah, we were hoping, but...
Because you were really playing much, much better. And, of course, you have the same head coach. Does that help?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Scott Trump?
Yeah. You like him a little bit.
A little bit. A little bit.
Yeah.
He does a good job. Does he give you apples for prizes
We wish.
after games?
Sometimes we get those caramel apples.
Ooh, I love caramel apples.
There we go, yeah.
How about you?
Yep,
Are you a caramel apple guy? Is there sugar in caramel?
Yeah, yes, there is.
Oh, boy, I can't have those either. I'm diabetic now, so I got to behave myself.
You just got to learn to, eat your way around the diabetic restrictions and
Well, maybe I could have one bite of a caramel apple.
cut the apple into
One
slices
slice.
and cut the apple into slices and dip it in caramel, and you could probably have 2 slices.
So what is it, Anna Tobin, that you like? Your favorite sport? Is it softball?
Softball. Yeah.
I had that feeling.
Yeah.
Well, your dad's a coach.
Yep. My dad's a coach. I've played softball since I was 6 years old, so I grew up with it.
Oh, yeah? Did you play 6'6", 6'2", Anna?
Since I was 8, then Anna convinced me to play.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So you guys have been like lifelong buddies,
Oh,
huh?
yeah. We've been
Like
friends.
kindergarten,
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
So you went to kindergarten together?
Yeah.
What school?
Divine Mercy. So we've came up through.
Yeah.
Well,
that's awesome.
That is awesome.
Yep.
They're going to get a little teary-eyed when they have to go to college.
I think
Yeah.
they might, yeah.
Your graduation party is today?
Yep. Both of them.
ours.
Now, please tell me, they're not at the same time, so you can at least go to each other's party.
We're off by an hour, so she'll come to mine right away, and then I'll go to hers right at the end of mine.
Yep,
So,
see? Okay.
Yep.
I knew they'd have that planned out. Neither one of you are going to try college sports, is that correct?
Nope.
No.
How about intramurals?
I'll probably, yeah.
Yeah, I
do
think
that.
so too.
Yeah, that'd be.
Stay active.
Yeah, you guys would have a lot of fun doing
Yeah.
intramurals.
Got to stay active.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
I mean, they're physically active their whole life. It's not something you want to quit.
No, because once you quit, it's tough to start again. Speaking from experience.
Well, instead of riding your motorcycle, you need to ride a bicycle.
Yeah, that would help. That would help. Yeah, but no, I can see you ladies playing, basketball or softball. Or what other sport do you think might interest you, kind of at that intramural level that you maybe haven't played or haven't played much?
St. Kate's has a flag football team that
Oh.
I've thought about.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
See about that
Awesome.
one.
Yeah. I don't know if like pickleball's like actual sport, but that would be really fun.
It sure is.
Pickleball is a sport. We're not going to get into that.
It's a
But yes,
competition.
pickleball's a sport. Oh, flag football, though. That kind of piques my attention.
Yeah, that would be so fun.
It's the fastest growing girl sport in America.
Yeah, I think BA's thinking about having a team this fall, so we'll see if that happens.
That'd
or
be
not.
awesome.
Yeah.
Isn't that something?
That would be awesome.
Who would have ever thought that would come about?
I don't know.
I mean, seriously.
Maybe you can call games on the air.
I don't know. She pulled her flag. How do you describe that?
You'd figure it out. You're a professional.
What position do you think you'd play in flag football?
I don't even know what the positions are.
You
I
just
just
want to
had fun
play.
in Powder Puff, and I think that football looks fun.
You just want to play,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
But would you play in Powder Puff?
What was I? Quarterback? I think I was quarterback.
Well, there you go. See?
Yeah.
You got a good arm. You'd be a good quarterback.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much all you do is throw, isn't it?
Yeah.
In flag football, there's not a lot of tossing and running type stuff.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Never watched it either. I know it's growing up in the cities, like the bigger schools. There's a state tournament coming up, and so
Waterville had a girls' flag football team this year.
yeah, I think they're
know
pretty
that.
good too.
That's why they only had one queen for the Dam Days queen.
Oh, yeah?
They couldn't get anybody interested. They all wanted to play flag football.
Really interesting.
Just
Yeah.
one girl went out for Miss Morristown. Yeah, I interviewed her last weekend. Delightful young lady. Felt sorry for her, though, because she was the only person. You know how that is.
Yeah? Yeah.
So I'm guessing your favorite subjects in school, both of you, are science?
Yeah,
At least
and English.
science-based.
Yeah, science based for sure.
Any reason why you decided to go the route you did in terms of a career?
No, I've always I was drawn towards PT right away, and then I started to look into OT and kind of fell in love with that idea.
Yeah, I feel like I know a lot of nurses. My cousin's an ER nurse at Mayo in Rochester, so I love hearing her stories. My sister's currently going through the nursing program at South Dakota State, so I like hearing about that too.
What year is she?
She's technically going into her junior year.
Okay, so she can tell you the undergraduate professors to stay away from.
Yeah,
And,
and who's to go to, yeah.
Yep. Have you got a dorm assignment yet?
I did.
Where at?
Brown.
I was in Brown.
Oh my gosh.
I lived in Brown for 2 years.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know what's unique? Well, 30 years ago, 40 years ago. Jesus, that was a long time ago.
Is this a co-ed dorm?
Yeah.
It was back then by wings. One wing was men, one wing
Yeah,
was...
it is like that too.
But, this probably still isn't the case, but back when I went there, and oh God, that many years ago, Brown was the only dorm with interior brick walls, so it was quieter.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know they just renovated it a couple years ago.
I don't
so
know
we'll
if that's
see.
still the case or not,
Yeah.
but it was the only one with interior brick walls. All the rest of them had just sheetrock walls.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. I'm just full of knowledge.
You are.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yep.
You
That Campanille's still standing too, isn't it?
I think so.
You know the story on that, so
Oh, yeah.
yeah. So yeah, we can't have any bricks fall out of that thing.
So you met your roommate?
I haven't met her in person, but we've been talking a lot over like Snapchat and social media.
Where's she from?
She's from South Dakota, a
Okay.
small town in South Dakota.
Interested in the same things?
No, she hasn't picked her major yet, but she played sports through high school, so I think it will be a good match.
How about you, Anna?
I have a roommate from Dallas, Fort Worth. So
Dallas, wow.
she's coming up to play basketball, and we seem to have a lot of the same interests. We've again been talking for the past couple months, so
She'll talk you into going out for basketball. You know that.
we'll
don't you?
see. I know the basketball coach too. One of my cousins coached with him, so we'll see. I don't know. No, I'm just kidding.
You think she'll get hoodwinked into it?
I don't know. Maybe softball. I feel like I could see her being like, actually, I missed this.
At third base, maybe even.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of fell in love with coaching, so I kind of fell in love with the coaching side of things. Based on, I've coached since, I'm now coaching my second year of 10U, so yeah.
Are you a small ball person?
Yeah, big time.
Is that why you guys went small ball late in the tournament?
I think so. I think that...
I mean, did you guys make... Let me ask you this. Do you make suggestions to the coach?
I think we do more often than not. I mean, when she went up for her last bunt, he kind of looked at me like, what, do I do it? And I was like, yeah, have her. And then she laid down a beautiful bunt, so...
She did. That was gorgeous. It was really good.
Yeah.
You know, and she's not often asked to bunt, right?
She's more often than...
Probably be one of the most frequent, but I think I'll have my moments of, like, hitting and then bunting, too.
You know, I'm just going to tell this little story here because we got a few minutes. Is it Evelina Caldera?
Yep.
She was named to the all-tournament team because she had an awesome tournament for you guys. And after the game, she was crying after receiving her. And Scott, Coach Trump says to me, Gordy, was she one of your Cardinals of the game today? I said, you bet she was.
Yeah.
And he goes, would you please tell her that because she doesn't think she does anything good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's definitely one of the biggest things she struggled with was her confidence. Yeah. So, and especially, I mean, that's a hard position to come into. She came in under Caitlin Bothan, and Caitlin was insane for us. So that was a big loss, and she kind of had big shoes to fill. But she came in, and she did one of the most consistent players we had all season.
Yeah,
so.
And I got to tell you, against Goodhue, when you guys almost got knocked out in the very first round, Goodhue, against Goodhue, she failed to lay down a bunt late in the game, and I could tell she was upset with herself when she went to the dugout.
Yeah.
And to show the leadership of Caitlin, Junior, Caitlin Bothan, she went right over to her and consoled her. Yeah. And I didn't see anybody tell her to do it. I thought that was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think just like knowing that she can ask Caitlin questions and going like having Caitlin there in the bench was huge for Evelina, and I think that really boosted her confidence.
Now Evelina, just so people know, is only a sophomore.
Yep.
And like you said, coming into the third base position.
Oh, it's hard.
You know, everybody says the shortstop's the anchor, and they kind of are, but what's more important than third base and fast pitch softball?
Yeah, I don't know. She played a huge role.
I mean, they're all important.
Yeah, she was critical for us. I mean, a lot of times people aren't going to pull off a Morgan, but then you have those bunts that get laid down or those dinky ones, and I don't know if there was very few errors that she made all season, and so coming into that and like as nervous as she was, she played great all season long for us.
What I appreciated about her was she's patient at the plate. She got walked I don't know how many times in the tournament. That's from being patient.
And she can hit. I mean, it was a big fill-in for us.
She got robbed of a hit by that shortstop for Badger Greenbush Middle River was phenomenal.
Yeah, she was good. Their middle infield was good.
Oh my gosh, she went wide to her right, deep in the hole. She leaped up in the air to save that hit that Evelina. That would have been 2 runs. You guys would have won that game.
Yeah.
That's all important, I guess.
How many seniors do you guys have on this team that you're losing, or for next year?
We have 8 seniors.
Oh, so it's a pretty top-heavy team and
for sure.
Experienced team.
Yeah.
So hopefully we've got some younger ones then coming up to
we for sure got quite a few that'll be critical for them next year.
Well, your little sister had a very good state tournament.
Yeah, she did. She's come back from a lot, so.
She has?
Yep.
That's phenomenal. Well, she's got you to lean on, right?
Yeah. She's definitely a big piece of that team next year for sure. I mean, she was a big part of our team this year, but she'll be critical for them next year.
Well, she'll be their pitcher.
Yep, she'll be their pitcher. She'll be a big bat in the lineup.
So is she working hard on her pitching?
Yeah, she plays for TC Blitz, which is a club team up in the cities. So she'll play up there for them this summer and work more on her skills.
Did you play on a cities team?
I did not. We played for Fury up until second year of 16U, so we were 17 when we stopped playing for Fury, so kind of we're done with club ball by the time we were done with the association.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You had offers, I would guess.
Yeah. I could have played for one out of Burnsville, but I decided to not, so I'm going to stick with my friends.
What do you think of that, Anna?
Yeah.
So what are your, other than working here at Jana's, which we've already covered, what are your what's your plans for the summer before you head off to college?
I work for Faribault Park and Recreation, so I work for the youth activities department, so I work all their summer camps.
Okay.
I also work there.
Imagine that.
Yeah, but I also nanny for 2 boys out in Morristown.
Okay.
So that's really fun.
But what do you have scheduled for fun? Do you have a trip together? Do you what are you going to do for fun?
That's actually a good idea.
Are you going to go to a concert, or you got to do something in your last summer together here?
We went to Florida for spring break together. Us and a bunch of our girlfriends went. So
Okay.
that was kind of our last hurrah. I'm sure
Yeah.
we'll hang out plenty this summer.
Plenty, yeah.
Don't really got much time though to go anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like you guys are both going to be pretty busy.
Yeah.
So what's it like working at Janice?
I love working here. It's so fun to meet new people, and
Yeah.
the workers are all great. So
So you think you might come back next summer then?
Yeah,
Probably,
probably.
yeah.
It's a nice summer job, and especially for athletes like us, it's really hard to find a job during the school year, especially that are super flexible, and they're really great at being flexible with that, knowing we're really busy during the week, but then we can work most weekends.
So you're both coaching in the Park and Rec department?
yep.
You have different teams?
We
You
don't know
coach,
yet.
You ever coach against each other?
Yeah, we have.
Probably,
Yeah.
Who won?
I don't know. We don't keep score in T-ball.
Okay, all right.
But we keep scores in our heads.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do a little bragging rights after the game, maybe.
Just for the coaches.
Yeah, yep. You don't want to let the players know, but
No, they all play great. It's
coaches,
just for us beating against
coaches
each other.
kind of going to brag about it a little bit to each other.
Yep.
I can see that.
So is boys and girls combined in T-ball?
Yep.
Because
We-
it's kind of the same.
Yeah, so we
Yeah.
have Little Tykes T-ball and then Coach Pitch. So it depends on the age group. So
All
Little
right.
Tykes is just starting off. They're so little.
Little rubber bats, plastic
Yeah.
bats.
And wiffle balls?
And yeah,
They're
I
like
think
little
so.
squishy balls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they're not wiffle balls.
No, I think they're foamish.
Yeah.
So you can't get hurt.
No.
No.
Wish we'd have had that when I was a kid.
We would have still gotten hurt somehow.
I think we had an actual real baseball when I played T-ball.
I know we did when I was in T-ball.
I'm pretty sure we did.
Yeah.
So
hurt.
you could get hurt if you got hit by the ball. You know what I'm saying? Who came up with the idea to have a squishy ball?
One kid
Somebody
went
that
on
was
base.
against baseballs.
Yeah.
Well, somebody who got hurt, maybe.
I can't imagine one of these kids hitting the ball hard enough or throwing the ball hard enough to,
Oh, they
to
hit it
hurt anybody.
They hit it hard.
Do they?
It's impressive. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I could be wrong, but I mean,
They get a hold of them, they go.
You guys play T-ball?
I did. I played for Park and Rec.
I don't think I did.
Oh, that's right. You started when you were 8, and she started when she was 6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2 years difference.
very good.
Thank you.
You're good at math.
My math is so-so. You have to do a lot of math when you're trying to do these batting averages. And
Yep.
everything. Which reminds me, both of you hit over 300.
For the year?
Yeah. That's right.
And
You don't know?
And you hit over 400. Coming into the state tournament, you were hitting 471, which was tied with Morgan for the team lead.
Dang.
You can't tell me you didn't know that.
I don't really look at that kind of stuff. I mean, yeah.
You didn't, honestly?
No. That's not really something I pay attention to.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And I know you were up there too, and then you got to struggle a little bit at the first part of the playoffs.
Yeah.
Which kind of brought it down a bit, but you still were. I mean, we're talking fast pitch softball here. This is not slow pitch.
471?
Yes. They're seeing 65 mile an hour fastballs from 43 feet away.
I know. You don't have much time.
No, not at all.
I dare say it's as hard as a baseball.
I've never hit a baseball.
And those softballs, those pitchers, they get the ball to move on you, don't
for
they?
sure.
Yeah. There's a lot of movement in a short distance.
Well, some of them throw drop balls and curve balls and all kinds of different pitches.
Yeah.
You guys never wanted to pitch?
I wanted to when I was 8, and I shortly realized that was not for me. When Sarah had her injury, I was our backup pitcher, and I know we all knew that we did not want me to go up on that mound.
I was a catcher, so I caught for a long time.
Oh, yeah. I
Yeah.
bet you'd be a good one, too.
Yeah, I was pretty good. I stopped, I think, my 8th grade year, and then kind of moved to just strictly infield, so.
Speaking of catchers, I invited Jocelyn to come out here, too, because she threw out some runners in
Yeah.
sections in key time.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, why?
Her growth is crazy.
why did the coach for Bram you're in the 9th inning, and they're behind 2-0. She gets the lead runner on and tries to steal second base. You're down to your last 3 outs.
Yeah, and their steal sign was the coach pointed for her to go. So I knew she was going before, I watched her give her the sign, and then so I told Jocelyn that she was going, so Jocelyn was ready.
Did you really?
Yeah.
I didn't catch that part.
Yeah.
She threw a BB right to the bag.
It was right on the money.
Yeah, perfect. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then, she had a few hits, too, on a bum ankle.
Yeah.
Well, you were a catcher. Can you imagine catching with a bum ankle?
We were all really worried when that happened. Those rainouts right at the beginning of the section tournament kind of did us some good because it gave her an extra break.
I never thought about that. You're right, because she was in a boot.
Yep. It was really good for us. That gave her a full week to recover. Yeah. And even by that first section game, I mean, she was a little iffy, so she didn't hit that first section game. But
that's right.
She ended up hitting after that, and she was doing good by the end of that.
Well, she was hitting 288 going into the state tournament. Yeah. That's nice to have at the back end of the order, too.
For sure.
She was a 9-hitter. You guys always had the same order, didn't you?
Our bottom fluctuated a little bit. Our top 6 or 7 stayed the same.
Right. That's what I meant.
Yeah.
I mean, you were always lead off.
Yep.
And you were always second.
Yep.
And Morgan was always third, and Liv was always fourth.
Yeah. And Sarah followed up, and then kind of fluctuated after that a little bit.
Well, it was a magical season.
Yeah, it was definitely a good season.
And they were just 2 runs away from a state title game.
Yep.
And it was nice to end on a win.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, and not everybody gets to do that. You're right there with your buddies. Win final fast pitch softball game.
For sure.
Plus, this is what I like about it. I mean, I was a kid once. You get third place, you get individual medals as well as a team trophy.
Yep.
Fourth place just gets a team trophy.
Yep.
That's an incentive to be third place.
Oh, for sure. That was definitely, we wanted to come home with some hardware. We did that, so.
Yeah, but didn't you get medals a couple of years ago, too?
Not at state, no. Just sections.
Where did you finish at state?
We didn't. We made it 2 years ago.
Right.
And then we didn't.
We lost first round to Edgerton and then had to play Randolph second in the semis.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
My memory isn't what it should be. It was at Randolph went on then to place.
They won the consolation bracket.
Right.
So, yep. So
Okay.
they took 5th.
Yep. I honestly thought you guys were misseeded in that tournament. You proved it.
I mean, we went into that first round like seedings didn't matter to us, so.
What were you seeded going in?
They were
7.
7?
Yeah.
Okay.
8 teams.
Wow.
7 out of
Yeah.
8 teams.
Yep. So we beat the 2 seed first.
Yeah.
And then we lost to the 6 seed.
And you beat the 4 seed.
And then we beat the 4 seed. Yep.
Okay.
So what does that tell you?
There's a lot of parity in high school softball.
What it tells me is they were the wrong seed.
First, but I mean, just the seeds they were playing, 1st through 8th, were all very, very competitive teams because they didn't mention number 1 or number 2 winning. They mentioned, 4 and.
Yeah. So USC was 1 and they ended up winning it, which I think was well deserved.
Yeah.
A very talented USC team. So.
Okay, I'm going to ask you the magical question I've asked a lot of teams in the Gopher Conference, and I know you're honest people. When you face Mariah Anderson and you face Carter Raymond, who is tougher to hit off of?
Mariah.
Yeah, they're both very talented. I think that we caught Carter on a good day for us. I mean, we hit off of her well, so.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we lost 3-0, but we definitely had our opportunities. We had bases loaded a couple times, so I'd say Mariah. Mariah's got spin.
And that's the difference.
Yep.
Okay.
They're both about the same speed, I'd say.
Yeah.
Well, the rumor I heard was she was going to be a gymnast in college, and now a guy from the Tribune told me he talked to her, and she's rethinking that.
Really?
Oh, wow.
Interesting. I'd be curious to see what she does.
Gordy, you got 30 seconds.
Oh,
left.
I'm sorry.
Anything you want to, anything we haven't asked you about, or anything you want to
I don't think so.
spout out some wisdom or
Probably our
knowledge?
last coach's show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming. I
Yeah.
appreciate
Yes, thank you very much for coming. Congratulations on a
always-
great year.
You're always welcome back.
Thank you.
Yeah, give us an update on your flag football and
Oh, for sure.
yeah, yep. So, well, thank you.
guys.
Maybe the Vikings will sign her.
They might, yep. Well, how about if we talk a little Trek Properties now?
If you got 20 seconds, you
I
can do
am Royal Ross with
Thanks, ladies.
Trek Properties, licensed realtor here in the beautiful Faribault area. Our offices are located in downtown Faribault and in Dundas. We have 2 of them. Full-service real estate firm, homeowner association management, property management, storage division, commercial management, and like I said, I'm a licensed realtor, so feel free to give us a call with any of your real estate needs. I'm stepping out of the homeowner association management now. I've starting to give up my portfolio towards the end of this month, so I'll be focusing on my real estate license and helping people buy and sell real estate. So had my license for 12 years. I've had it, the whole time I've been with Trek.
The Southern
American Giant makes great clothing, sweatshirts, jeans, and more right here in the U.S. Visit American-Giant.com and get 20% off your first order with code STAPLE20. That's 20% off your first order at American-Giant.com, code STAPLE20.